Hey guys, and welcome back. It's Grant Broggi from Strength Coach, and today I want to talk about should I do a bulk or should you do a bulk? If you like the video, like and subscribe to the channel. There are a couple things that are true in life. The sun comes up every morning, it goes down every night, and gym bros love to talk about bulks, cuts, cycles, and blocks. It's just a part of it.
If you weigh less than 200 pounds right now, I'm mandating that you start a bulk.
But today we're going to cover, should you do a bulk? And right off the bat, I'll tell you, for most of the viewers, the answer is no. Hate to break it to you, but who should do a bulk? The reason I say no right off the bat is because most people, when they start lifting and training, will naturally start to eat more. Their physical output will go up. They will find themselves hungrier, especially if they're following the principles of making it heavier and harder. So they're going to naturally put on muscle. They're going to naturally put on some weight. Also, the reason I right off the bat say no is because most people that start are overweight. That doesn't mean you're obese, but you might be 10, 15 pounds overweight. As you hit your 30s, 40s, 50s, it's easy to put on a little bit of body weight. So you may already have it. You may already have some mass. And as you lift, you're gonna turn some of that fat into muscle, sure, but you probably don't need to be in a huge caloric surplus because you already got a little bit of surplus. You know who you are.
I'm a fat old man. I don't need to grow.
And the last reason I say right off the bat the answer is no is because the whole point of a bulk cycle or putting on a bunch of weight is to cut it later. And having coached for a long time, what I can tell you is most people will bulk and they'll never cut. So they just became a giant overweight lifter that's strong, but they're not healthy because they've gotten so overweight. So if you're gonna bulk, you got to commit to the cut. We got to sign it something in blood, make a pact. Hey, if I'm going to put on 40, I'm going to cut 25 later and actually achieve the benefits of this. Now, does that mean there's no benefits from getting stronger and putting on body weight? No, there's obviously benefits of being strong. What I'm saying is understand your goals going in, because sometimes people go to bulk and their original goal is, hey, I want to get my deadlift up to 500 pounds and then I want to lose the weight. But then as they go, their goals change. Once you're allowed to do that, you do whatever you want. This is America. I'm just saying, remember what your goals are when you got started. And remember, don't stay committed to the bulk or being heavy just because you fell in love with the weight in the bar. Keep your health and overall fitness the first priority in all this. So who should do a bulk? Well, young men are generally a great demographic for this. Young men are usually skinny, their metabolism's super high, their testosterone's through the roof, and they can easily put on muscle mass. And so if you're a guy between the ages of, 16 and 26, and you've been rail thin your whole life, and you're the person that says to me all the time, I eat so much food, I just can't put on weight, you need to bulk and you need to take it serious. I'm talking about cream cheese on bagels while you're sitting at a stoplight to put on serious mass.
I mean, why do you want to be small?
You can bulk. You are authorized, and you will never have a time in your life like you have right now as a young man between 16 and somewhere in your 20s where your levels of everything are just through the roof and you can just put on muscle. So do it, man. Go and bulk. The second person that will benefit greatly from a bulk is probably going to be some type of athlete. We've talked about Placido a lot on this channel. He was, always wrestling and doing jujitsu and fights and all this stuff at like 160. And so he bulked way up to 240 and now he walks around at 200. So he completely changed where he was competing and doing stuff. And he did that by going through a 6-month cycle of bulking, eating a ton and putting on weight. So whatever your sport may be, if it's based on body weight, going on a bulk and going to that next weight class might help, or living above the weight class you want to compete at for a while and then cutting down to it, but now you're way stronger could also help. Another demographic that can or should do a bulk are people that lift for sport. Like they love powerlifting. They just want to be as strong as possible. They want to hit a threshold. Maybe their deadlift is stuck at, 475 and they can't seem to get 500, and they go on a 3-month window where they go into caloric excess and they put on some weight so that they can achieve that milestone. Those people, there is a spot for that. But those demographics, I'll also tell you, remember this. Powerlifting doesn't pay a whole bunch. I talk to the best in the world. They don't get rich off of powerlifting. They do it out of passion, out of love for the lifts, which is great. But remember, you also gotta think about your longevity. So if you're gonna go on a bulk just for the sake to lift more weight off the bar, make sure that your body weight doesn't get out of hand. Now, are there outliers out there? Are there 50-year-olds that are rail thin and need to go on a bulk? 60-year-olds, 70-year-olds? Are there women that need to seriously think about gaining some weight? Yes, yes, and yes. But the majority of people, the majority of the demographic that's, above 30 and naturally putting on some weight as they get older, lift, get all these habits in line. Bulking needs to be the last thing that concerns you. If you're that young guy, 16 to 26, rail thin, go get the milk, brother. Put on some muscle.
Drink a gallon of milk a day, maybe a gallon and a half of milk a day.
Hope this video helps. If it does, please like and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next time.